Welcome back to the channel, guys, and today we've got Ben. Ben is a professional gambler and is also using Next Gen. Welcome, Ben.
Hi, thanks for having me on, Gemma.
You okay? Having a good day?
Yes, not bad, not bad.
Good. At least it's hotter where you are than it is here. You're in sunny Dubai, right?
Yes, yeah, in sunny Dubai. It's not quite too hot yet, so for the minute I'm good.
Well, it's hotter than here. So let's get into it. So you are a professional horse tipper. You have a big community surrounding that, and you've been trading quite a while. So I know that you speak to a lot of people in the community. You've got people messaging you about Next Gen. So tell us a bit about your story. That's what we want to get into, right?
Yeah, so I've always had an edge in the betting space. I am a bit of a maths data nerd. I love numbers. And I managed to translate that to the betting scene, and I managed to create an edge in multiple different sports. But my main one now being horse racing, which I now publish to other people, have a good community of people who follow me. So that's cool. And in terms of trading, always liked the idea of trading because I wanted to translate my skill across to trading. Always found it difficult to create a manual edge over a period of time. I mean, dip my toes in, you'd have an edge that works for a period of time, then it wouldn't work so well. And I've never really lost money because I've always been a pretty great risk manager, but never really taken it to the next level. And obviously the prop model is really hot right now. Very good with being able to scale your capital pretty fast for the average person. Is what everyone seems to want in the space. And I saw Next Gen, saw people getting payouts. So I was like, you know what? This stuff sounds cool. I'll give it a go. I like the fact that it's going to be automated running in the background, so you don't have to be there manually tweaking all the time. So give it a try. And yeah, I've been pretty successful with it.
You're funded. You've had some payouts.
Correct. So when did I join Next Gen? I can't remember. Have you got the date?
I think it was only beginning of the year, end of last year, beginning of this year.
Yeah, it was definitely the beginning of this year. It's definitely 2026. And I joined and built my strategies, sort of had a plan. I was like, right, based on the numbers, I'm going to do this with the prop, with FTMO.
Yeah.
Managed to pass the account pretty quickly, and then passed verification, and then got funded. And then I always had the intention of being a bit more aggressive in the challenge phases, and then once securing that funding, just consistently keep getting paid. And using that kind of risk management, I have lost one account, in fairness, but I do think that in terms of the account I lost, I think that I can take some responsibility for, in the sense that potentially some of the strategies were, some of the SLs and stuff were too small, and with the current market conditions, it just really wasn't working or suiting, because I obviously traded arguably through one of the hardest periods, being the war period as such. Yeah, so I lost one account, but the one account I did pass, I've managed to take 3 payouts from, and now waiting and sitting on a 4th. So yeah.
So it's risk-free. You've taken what? You've taken about 4.5 grand from that one already, and
yeah, I'd say so.
And what are you sitting on now? Couple of percent, because you're also quite mathematical in the way you take your payouts, aren't you? So you will literally take 1 or 2 trades, get a bit of profit, and stop and bank that money.
Yeah, and then the idea is that in the meantime, I'll try and be scaling my other capital on the challenges and stuff, and so I can hopefully get to the point where I've got 400k, $1 million plus, where I'll cycle through the accounts, have a nice period, or take a payout on one, then go for the other, and then just consistently keep getting paid from it, and you're never really at risk of losing all the accounts at once.
And how have you found Next Gen since starting? Because you got set up pretty quick, and then you were definitely a numbers guy, going through all the stats and.
Yeah, for sure. I think it was hard, right? Because the period that I joined in arguably was one of the toughest periods, in the sense that a lot of the data and stuff was based on the previous year, and then we had suddenly hit a wall where essentially it was completely new market conditions, unforeseen conditions for 2 months, and I still managed to do pretty well in that month, and it was just about learning a few bits on how to actually navigate that period as such, and it seems like we're coming out of the other end of it now.
Uh-huh.
And I've sort of found my groove. I really get on with gold as a pair. Not sure
You're
why.
only trading gold, aren't you? You're not trading. You decided, that's it. I'm going to focus. I'm going to become gold expert. And
yeah, I think what is important for me is I wanted to trade a low cost sort of pair that I could trade across multiple prop firms and a liquid pair, which gold obviously is. And with gold, there's so many different sort of variations and strategies you can have with it, different time frames, etc. So although you're doing one pair, you're still kind of diversified in a way.
Yeah.
And it's worked for me, and I'm just going to keep sticking to what's working, and just keep evolving.
That's it, isn't it? I remember our first call, and I just said to you, you have to use what works for you on next gen. And you've gone around, you've tried different things, you've tried different symbols, and if gold works for you, because you took a payout the other day, told me you've just had your payout approved, and then what happened? You literally messaged me an hour later saying you secured your next payout.
Yeah. I think there's an element of like probabilities, right? That sometimes you're gonna get unlucky periods, and you're gonna, like, it's not a magic thing. You're not just going to win, or we'll be multi-millionaires.
Does that fall over to your horse betting and 100%. Your betting side?
It's the exact same thing, which is why I feel like my mindset is pretty strong to it. Is because like you've got to get used to losing a lot of the time. Like you've got to be a good loser. No, like most traders are going to lose at least half the time, like probabilities wise, especially if your RR is over 1 or whatever. So you just have to get pretty good at losing and just sticking with it, and letting the probabilities play out.
So tell us a bit more about you then, and why you got into trading alongside your betting, because you're very successful with betting. You've got a YouTube channel. You've got a big community with it. Like we talk a bit about it. You've got a big community behind you. Yeah. So why do you want to move into trading, and why have you done so well with it?
I think I love a challenge, don't get me wrong. So I think just the challenge of it is like, I love the challenge. And I just think that the skills are quite translatable in terms of thinking in probabilities, accepting that if you have an edge on the house, which is, but whether it be me and the bookies or whether it be us and these prop firms, and if you've got systems that have the data and the numbers behind, that over the long run, you can extract money, then I feel like I would have just been silly to not explore it,
Well, you've made money already. You're risk-free. You're risk-free. And
that's what I'm saying.
So what's the aim then before the end of 2026 with your trading and next gen?
I think I'd like to I think for me, it's, you could get into the habit of like really wanting to scale fast and just chuck everything back at it. But for me, it's going to be about my processes. I want to keep taking payouts from the account that I've got, and then scale or get the other accounts through the challenges, and never really be like too risk on one challenge at one time, because it's not easy to be funded, right? Like only 1% of people get to that stage, or whatever the figures are crazy. So once you get that funded, for me, like, you don't just want to go all in and lose that. You want to keep getting paid from it, and in the meantime, you can then use that money to reinvest into other challenges, and then ultimately it's going to be the capital that does the heavy lifting, not these crazy percentages each month,
Oh, definitely. And like, you're already on the path to doing that. Yes, you've lost a challenge, but we've gone through that. So let's go back a bit. Why? What got you into betting in the first place? What got you onto like the online side of things? Because I'm guessing when you left school, college, uni, whatever you did, like you could have just gone into a 9 to 5 job.
Yeah, so that's an interesting question. So I actually was pretty smart at school, like very good at like maths, economics. So I was quite academic, and I was going to go to, I could have gone to Oxford or Cambridge. I got all top grades at everything at sixth form, and this was in a COVID period. And I was the year where COVID started, actually, and that's when I was going to go to university. So obviously the university was online and stuff. So I thought, I just need a bit of thinking time. So I went and did some traveling and just delved into the online stuff, because I saw a few things online thinking, you can make money for yourself. Like, you don't have to have a boss. You could do all these things. I'm like, I think I want to do that. So then I sort of tried it myself and I realized I could make money from betting and make betting pay. So I was like, great, if I can make betting pay, then why can't I apply that to trading? But trading's a different ballgame. Like, it's really hard, I think. Like, it's not easy at all, because no matter what data and numbers and stuff you get, you don't know what's going to happen in the future. So I don't know. I feel like I've just always wanted that life of freedom. And I'm here and I've got it. And now I want to just keep scaling and enjoying it, you know?
What are the pieces when I do these? When like a lot of our members still work 9 till 5. The ones that want to be known, because obviously we've got a lot of members that would prefer to stay behind the scenes. So
for sure, yeah.
You've already got that freedom. So what does that freedom mean? So the people that are watching that want to get out of their 9 till 5, what does freedom look like to you? What is it?
I think it's just having the ability to be able to do sort of what you want when you want, you know. And I just like investing into myself. It sounds a bit selfish, but I like investing into myself rather than pouring into someone else's business. Yeah. So I just think it's nice to have a project and just go all in on yourself. But not everyone's wired the same, you know. But I feel like next gen, the beauty of next gen is it can, whether or not I don't think it needs to be your sole thing, because it's that facilitator in the background where if you've got a job or if you've got your own business or whatever you may do, you can leave it ticking in the background, and it's something to work on, you know, and learn, and a skill to learn. I wouldn't say anyone coming in, like, it's like anything, like you'd be silly to come in and instantly feel like you can get instant results without putting in the work and discovering your style with it. But the beauty of it is once you've got something that works, it's just tweaking and managing, you know.
So how much time now do you put in? Do you put into next gen and your strategies or whatever you're doing to get it up and running?
I'd say at the start it's a bit of time, because you're getting set up, you're getting into your groove, you're getting in. I mean, it doesn't have to be a long time, but I was just I was probably an extreme version of someone who I wanted to know more. Like, I'm quite an intrigued person, so I really wanted to like look at all the different strategies, all the numbers, all the data, and get an idea of everything first. So I chucked myself in pretty fast and put a lot of energy into it. But for other people, like, you don't have to put that much time into it initially. You can, but I feel like you just have to learn throughout the process, and there's nothing like just chucking yourself in the deep end, getting started, because once you're getting started, that you're not going to learn anything until you actually make that jump, you know.
Yeah, definitely. And how much time do you spend on your other business, so your betting business, versus what you spend on next gen? Just to give viewers an idea of how much you have to put into each.
Probably, I don't know, 80-20, 90-10, like, to the business. Okay. Like next gen, I don't put that much. Don't have to put that much. And you're just making
money. Just making money, sat there, leaving it running now.
Yeah, 100%. Once you've got everything set up and you understand the software and the way it works, and then it's just pretty bliss, you know.
Yeah, it is. Well, that's what we hear. It's what we hear a lot, and I guess that's what the appeal was to you.
100%.
So I ask every person that comes on the podcast this question: what would you say to somebody if they were sitting on the fence thinking of joining Next Gen? What would you say to them?
I would just say, for me in life, you regret, like, I would rather give something a go and fail than I would be sitting on the edge thinking, oh, this could do this for me, and then regret it. Like, you're only here once. You just got to chuck yourself in the deep end and just go at it, you know, because you've seen the opportunity, you've seen what it can do. So yeah, why wouldn't you?
Brilliant. And funding wise, where do you see yourself come the end of the year?
I'm hoping, I mean, obviously we can't foresee the markets and how things are going to go exactly, and you have to accept that you're always in the hands of probabilities, but I would like to keep taking consistent payouts, which I definitely think I can do, and I'd like to get to max out FTMO, which I definitely think would be possible, and then just scale on other CFDs, you know, to, I don't know, I'd like to be at $1 million in funded come the end of the year, but I don't want to set expectations, you know. Just want to keep getting paid.
I love that. And that's why you're so good at this. And that's why you're so good with your betting business, because you think in probabilities. So guys, if you want to chat to Ben, anything about Next Gen, his Instagram and his YouTube link are now above. So you can check that out, reach out to him. He'll answer any question you've got about Next Gen. And he's been using it a while now. Funded, payouts. So yeah, hit Ben up. So Ben, any final words for the viewers?
Not really. I just think if you're sitting on the fence and you're not sure, I just think you have to chuck yourself in, 'cause to me, living with regret is much worse than trying something.
Exactly. We don't want no regrets around here. We've got to go for it. We've got to do it. And then it pays off, right?
Well, it's paid off for me, and it's paid off for other people, There's many people it's paid off, however many people have done this podcast, me. But you have to have the right mindset to it. Just thinking you're going to come in and get rich is on any online thing is like, that's not true, or it could be true, but it's not necessarily going to happen. You have to think of it as a long-term project. Although, like me, it can happen very fast. I just think you have to come in wanting to learn and be willing to put the work in. It's not just going to happen for you.
Definitely. Well, Ben, thank you so much for your time. It's afternoon? You've just come back from the pool, so I'll let you carry on with your afternoon, and we'll definitely get you back on, because I think your mindset with your betting and everything is valuable for traders, and 100%. I'd love to have you back on.
No worries. Well, hopefully we catch up soon in a few months' time and we can see where we're at.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for coming on.
No worries. Thanks, Gemma.